Okay, guys, we are live. Instant match reaction to, well, about an hour ago, finished, of course, at that crazy Christmas cracker of a game. Spurs 2, Liverpool 2, honours even. Could have went either way. So many bad decisions. Referee, I blame the referee for it. It's not, it's not sour grapes. It's just the referee is like a composer, on the pitch. And if the composer is not composing, well, you won't want to listen to the music, will you? So, I mean, the referee, Tierney, was absolutely terrible today from early on. And that's what happens. If he doesn't take control of the game early on, there's just no chance for the game. Some decisions, I mean, we could talk about the Kane, Robertson challenge. Should have been off, should have been sent off. I mean, VAR should have done a job there. I blame VAR there for not calling the referee over to the monitor. Surely. If Robertson's foot stays in the grass, it's a break. It's an end of season. Possibly even a career ending, because he's coming in at pace. He's a big lad, Kane. He's flying in. He's out of control. Robertson nips the ball away. Luckily, his foot isn't planted in the ground, because that's a break straight off. That is an absolute break, and he was just blessed. Absolutely blessed. Hit the like, hit the share. I'm going to do a bit of a rant here for the 2-2 at Spurs. We didn't lose the game. I know it sounds like we lost the game, but when you're 2-1 up at 20 to go, you're a bit, games you should be winning. The sending off of Robertson didn't help, of course, but we lost our head in two critical moments, I think. So we'll go through the game. In the first half, my lights are actually going on and off here. Like there's an alarm going off. Hold on. That's a bit better. Baby. That's a bit better. But like there was a lot of decisions today that went against us. One or two that went for us, to be fair. I mean, we went 1-0 down. A good finish from Kane. Lovely ball through. Great finish from Kane into the corner. Can't blame Alisson on that. It was a beautiful finish. They had other chances, to be fair. They really did. I mean, they should have been ahead at halftime. There's no doubt about it. Just couldn't take their chances. One unbelievable save by Alisson. Tipped around the corner from Dele Alli. But then Jota, a beautiful run. Robertson with the ball in. And a header from Jota. 1-1. What a header. What an absolute, unbelievable header from Jota. Diogo Jota. He's, for a small man, he can head the ball. It's 1-1. You're going in at halftime 1-1, where you probably should be losing the game. You're feeling okay, but you're getting through us too much. The midfield didn't quite work with young Morton, Milner as captain, of course, and Naby lad. So obviously Fabinho, Thiago, Hendo out, and Van Dijk out. Van Dijk's a huge loss. As you can see, our defence just doesn't look right. Kanate and Matip looked a bit nervous at times. So there's so much to talk. Second half, we take the lead. Bit. You could say it's a bit lucky. It hits Salah's hand. He doesn't see it, but it hits his hand. But it's secondary, because it's after that. And then the ball in from Trent and the header from Robertson. Robertson had a very eventful game. You're 2-1 up. You're saying, right, let's go. Comeback is on. But Spurs were never really out of it. The crowd were up for it. They look good, especially going forward today, Spurs. Kane and Son were an absolute handful. But the goal they got, you have to be down to Alisson. I mean, it was a rush of blood. It really was. 2 rushes of blood cost us today, has to be fair. You could say 3 maybe, but the rush of blood by Alisson coming out, misses the ball. Son runs onto it, taps in, an empty net. It's 2-2. Then a few minutes later, Robertson, I don't know what he was at. It's a rash. It's a rush of blood, whatever you want to call it. It's a stupid challenge. Really was. Poor challenge. When you want to keep your 11 on the pitch for the last 15, 20 minutes, you don't want to be getting a player sent off. He gets sent off, and we're sort of hanging on near the end. But, it still goes back to the referee. I mean, how the Jota push in the first half as well? I've seen them giving us a penalty. I'm not going to dwell too much on that. It's a 50-50. But definitely the Kane challenge. I mean, we'll watch it again probably on match of the day tonight. I mean, that he's England captain. We know all about that. Klopp was not happy, of course, got a yellow card. Klopp could have been sent off. He went off the ref at the end of the game as well. But it's 2-2. It's a point, but it we could have won it. We could have lost that game. We could have lost that game, I suppose. With 10 men last 15, I suppose you'll take the 2-2, especially with decisions going against you and stuff like that, I suppose. But with City winning 4-0 earlier against Newcastle, and of course Chelsea drawing 0-0, you know, it's not great. What are we, 3 points behind City now? So 3 points behind City. Same goal difference, I think, plus 35, something like that. But we cannot let City get too far ahead. There might be any more games because of COVID and Omicron and whatever you want to call it. There might not be many more games. You know, there mightn't be many more games this side of Christmas. Who knows? Who knows? But you've got to win your games. We've had too many draws. When you look back, we've had a lot of draws. You know, we've had a lot of draws that could ultimately hurt us. It really, really could. Tom Conley in the house. Hey, Dave. Jay Dexley. John Moore, who was just after being home with Jack Mack, of course. John, how are you, bro? Bit disappointed, I have to say. Really am disappointed. I think the referee lost all control of the game today. And that's ultimately what cost us. I mean, decisions, a few rash decisions by Alisson for the Son goal, and of course, Robertson. But it all comes back to the first half. I mean, Kane, the Jota push. I'm not going to dwell on the Jota push too much. There wasn't a huge amount in it. Could have went for us. It didn't go for us. But the Kane decision, I mean, I don't know what the VAR boys, they should not get their wages this weekend because that was a poor decision. England captain being sent off was never going to happen, really, was it? But, you know, it was just never going to happen. Robertson should have never been sent off if Kane, exactly. There you go. Well, John, yeah, it's varsical, basically. VAR, varsical. Farcical, VAR is varsical. That's how bad it is. And I mean, the referee, I mean, he was just an absolute joke. But the referees, you know, I think the referees at the end of the game should come on and explain their decisions. Like the way they do it on Sky Sports when they bring the referee in. Dermot Gallagher, I think, does it some Monday or whatever, goes through the decisions. Or BT have a referee, I think, you know, in the commentary, and they go to him, and, do you think that was a red? Do you think that was a handball or whatever? But there's just no accountability. There's no accountability. And it'll ruin the game eventually. North red. Sorry to say, but we need AFCON cancelled, says North red. Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. We do. But we are missing our midfield today, and it did show. It really did show, but especially VVD. Kanate, Matip is just not the same as Van Dijk and Matip, is it? It's just not. Nothing's the same without Van Dijk. You are far too open. Our midfield wasn't tracking. I didn't, you know, I think the game was won and lost in midfield. We were being opened far too easily. Anfield Lark, who was our best outfield player? I missed the whole game. Oh my God, you have missed a Christmas cracker of a game. It was some game. It really had everything. Had absolutely everything combined. Even bad refereeing. Had everything. Goals, good goals, bad goals, sending offs, a lot of yellow cards. It was like a casino table, so many cards there today. Refereeing was so poor. It had everything. It had absolutely everything. Outfield player for Liverpool. Salah was very quiet today. I think Jota was good. Great header for the goal. Alisson, up until that mistake, was brilliant. He pulled off one or two really, really good saves, but a rush of blood cost him in the end for probably man of the match, to be fair. Kanate and Matip grew into the game after a very shaky start. Trent and Robbo were the two attackers. They were doing more attacking than Salah, Mane and Jota. They were the attackers. I mean, they were unbelievable going forward. But ultimately, Robbo, mistake, scores a goal, becomes a hero, becomes a villain, all in one game. Carl Eraser from Germany, not that bad. We take this point despite the ref. This game should have been postponed. Hope we get a full squad against Leeds. Otherwise, it would be the same. We played well. We played well in I suppose, in bursts. It wasn't a controlled game. I mean, you have to say, like, you know, Spurs are decent enough as well. Very good at going forward. Every time they went forward, they looked like they were going to score. So you couldn't say we deserved to win the game. Draw was probably right, but the referee ruined it. The referee ruined it with the decisions, or VAR, or whatever you want to call it, ruined it. John Moore, love knows who the refs have to answer to after games. The way the ref the game, they deserve the sack. There is a referee's, like, you know, ombudsman type of thing, but won't be doing nothing about it. Won't be doing anything about it. Salah's mate is in. Maoud is in. Salah's best mate. Very, very disappointed. Disappointed. It was a bit of a Christmas cracker, but disappointed in the end, you know. As a win there would have been huge. With City winning 4-0 earlier, Chelsea dropping points, that was the chance. But when they seen the team in the midfield, the likes of Fabinho with COVID, Thiago with COVID, they're going to be out for a little while now. Hendo, as far as I know, hadn't got COVID, but had some sort of an illness. So maybe it is COVID, I don't know. Van Dijk with COVID. So it's a 10-day job. I mean, they're going to miss the midweek League Cup game against Leicester. I know Leicester have issues as well. Whether that game even goes ahead, I don't know. And then Leeds on Boxing Day. So, wow. We can't afford to drop any more points because City will just pull away. And that's my big problem. City could pull away. My bro Neil is in the house. Neilo, how are you? Hopefully you're well. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the share button. Get a few people in. Neilo in the house. Who was your player? Who played well for you guys today? Who stood out? I don't think there was any standout performances. Jota was dangerous, scored a lovely, lovely goal. The fullbacks were very good up until Robertson got sent off. He got a goal, of course, and was busy the whole game, but rush of blood at the end cost us. We were down to 10. We couldn't really push on last 20 the way we would have wanted. We had to sort of protect the draw, you know, and cost us really. And Alisson, I mean, he was brilliant up until that rush of blood. I don't know what he was doing. I really don't. I don't know what he was at there. Fire break incoming tomorrow, I'd say. Too many clubs complaining now. Yeah, well, tomorrow, I think there's a meeting, the Premier League meet tomorrow in London, far as I know. I think there's a lunchtime meeting in the Premier League, and there could be a little break. There could be some sort of break. But the problem is, 2-3 week break. Who knows in January if it's going to be even worse than it is now when it gets more time to spread. And January is an absolute wipeout. What happens then? You're playing with the World Cup. I think the Premier League was hoping to start early this season, in early August rather than late August. And you've built up a Champions League, League Cup, FA Cup. So I don't know what they're going to do. All eyes on tomorrow, I suppose. Referees' arrogance is astounding, but it's because they're not accountable. They make it up as they go along. Or who is playing? Well, yeah, the VAR, though, what are they doing? They should come out with their decisions why Kane, never mind the Jota push, but the Kane, decision. How could he say Kane off and then go over to the monitor, not go for the monitor for Kane, and go for the monitor for Robertson? I'm not saying that he shouldn't have been sent off, but I'm just saying you send both of them off, really, don't you? But decisions, moments in time, dictate the game, dictate scorelines, dictate the flow of the game. If Kane gets sent off in the first half, it's a different game. Liverpool probably win it. Probably. I'm not saying they will win it, but they probably win it. It's a different game second half. So this is what I'm talking about. These little nuances, refereeing decisions, bit of luck, didn't go our way today. You could say it maybe went away. Salah handball, maybe the goal for Robbo doesn't count, but it was a crazy game. It was an absolutely crazy game. A really unusual end-to-end, chances both end, some good goals, some poor defending, some terrible goals, some terrible decisions. But it all goes back to the referee, the conductor of the game. The conductor of the game. I mean, I'd say that if the crowd were listening to music, they would have walked out at half-time. I mean, if he was the conductor, that's how bad he was. He was really poor today. He should put his hand up and say, I was poor. I mean, Klopp wasn't happy. Sure, Conte wasn't even happy. Spurs will probably say they should have won it. They had enough chances to win it. To 10 men, playing against 10 men at home with 15 minutes to go. You're saying push on. But they didn't do it. They weren't good enough to do it. I tell you, a draw was about right. Don't see how you stop the league because the teams already have too many games to play. Just kill players, plus COVID always going to be there no matter what exactly. Who knows if COVID's going to be even worse in January. I think January could be a bad month. It looks like it will be, doesn't it? Especially all the mixing at Christmas time. So whether even this League Cup quarter goes ahead against Leicester on Wednesday night, that's the big question. I know Leicester have a problem with their squad. I mean, it's crazy. Crazy game, crazy times. I mean, today's game was like a personification of the past 18, 20 months. Just crazy. That's what it was like. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Hit the like, get the comments in. We'll stay out for another little while. hit the share. There's probably a lot of people live right now at the moment, but just had to get this off my chest today. I mean, did we do enough to win the game? Probably not. Would you take a 2-2? When we were 1-0 down, you might have took the 2-2, but when we went 2-1 up, 20 minutes to go, it's 2-2, it's 2-1. You're probably saying, drop points, but Spurs played okay today. They did okay. They looked very dangerous up front. Harry Kane had only scored 1 goal before that. My God. But just a bit of calamity, mistakes and decisions, and that's what the type of game it was today. I mean, Alisson, rush of blood. I mean, I don't know what he's doing there. I mean, if he catches the player, it's probably a red card anyway, but I don't know what he's doing. Sliding out, misses the ball. Son only has to tap it in from 10 yards, open goal. But he did pull off a really good save before against Ali. I mean, we're going in 2-1 down if he doesn't save that. It's a really good save. But you ruin it through mistakes, don't you? You ruin the goodness. Same as Robertson. I mean, he played really, really well, made a goal, an assist and a header. A goal, but get sent off. Get sent off. No one's talking about Robertson's goal. They're talking about him being sent off. Possibly cost Liverpool the win. Because if he stays on the pitch, it's a different game. It's 11 against 11. Liverpool could probably be attacked more and try go for the winner rather than probably sitting back and say, listen, we'll get 10 men here. We'll hold out for the draw. What did you guys think of young Tyler Morton today? I'll give you my marks out of 10 for the starting 11, but first time I thought he was a bit overrun our midfield. He didn't have any protection there with Fabinho and Hendo out, of course, and Thiago, but I'll start with in goal. Alisson was brilliant up until that mistake. I have to give him a 6. I really do. He would have been in 8 category if he wouldn't have made that mistake, but I'll give Alisson a 6. He had no chance for Kane's goal. The back four, Kanate, Matip looked really, really dicey first half. Grew as the game went on. I've got to give them both a 6. They let 2 goals at the end of the day. We're lucky once or twice. Trent was very good today. I'll give Trent a 7. Really good going forward. Robertson would have been probably man of the match if we would have won that game today and he wouldn't have got sent off. So Robbo got a goal, got an assist, but got sent off. So I don't know. You'd have to give him probably a 7. You would. He probably would have got a 9 or 10 if he wouldn't have got sent off. But ultimately, it cost us, so he can get a 7. Midfield, Milner, captain, did a lot. I mean, Milner, what we expect 100% from Milner every time he puts on the armband or comes onto the pitch, but didn't really control the game that we would like. I never thought he would control the game, but another 6 from Milner. Young Morton, and it's another game under his belts. It's another high-profile game. It's another, minutes that he probably thought he'd never get. Got caught once or twice first half. 1 or 2 bad passes. But calmed down. Got better as the game went on. I'll give him a 6. I won't go lower than a 6 for young Tyler Morton, of course. But we did miss the likes of Fabinho and Hendo there. The drive, the experience. Naby Lad was okay. Did a lot of good things. Got bypassed a lot of the time. So a 6. So it's really a 6 midfield. Naby with a 6. Up front, Jota, probably my man of the match. He looked dangerous the whole game. What a header from Jota. My God. For such a small lad, he can bloody head the ball. 7. No one's getting over a 7 here, baby. Nobody. A 7 from Jota. Beautiful finish. Mane, dangerous the whole game. But, Mane can be, he can annoy you a lot of the time. Somebody giving the ball away. He tries hard. He'd 1 or 2 half chances. But always tries. So I'll give Mane a 6. Salah, one of his quietest games, to be fair. The record's gone. The assist and the goal record's gone. But he has it, so it doesn't matter. 6 from Salah. One of Salah's poorest games, actually, in a long time. Never 1 or 2 half chances, but never really a great chance where you'd say should have scored. But so all round, Bobby came on, did okay. All round, guys, not a great performance. Probably 6, 6.5 from Liverpool. Away from home, 10 men last 20, last 15. So 2-2, you take it probably. It's just the fact that City had went 4-0 up against Newcastle earlier. And they're trying to go in with a stamp and say, right, we're on your coattails. It's 3 points between us. Same goal difference, so it's not over yet. We're not throwing in any tells. But probably an opportunity missed, especially when you go 2-1 up. We missed Fabinho today, says Carl. We absolutely did, but we missed Van Dijk even more, I thought. that control from the back going forward. It gives us so much at the back. Whereas the midfield were being overrun because the defence were being overrun. And the likes of young Tyler Martin, Milner, who wouldn't have as much legs, to be fair, and Naby, who tried his best, but they were being overrun, especially first half, and just couldn't get control of the game. And that's what you need. Someone just to stand on the ball, calm things down, because we're cutting through us far too often. But it was a really good game. Not good for the heart game, to be fair. Tom Conley, Morton was put under the bus today, Dave. No backup. Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he's only 19. He's only a young lad. He wouldn't have expected to be starting these big games. AC Milan away, these big games, Spurs away. I mean, he's thrown in the deep end. Obviously shows you how much Klopp, trusts him. Simple as. How much Klopp trusts him. That is the big one for me. How much Klopp trusts him. And thumbs up for that. And this guy's got a bright future for Liverpool. I like Kanate today. Put a shift in. He did, but he got caught once or twice for centre half. He just looks awkward. I mean, Matip looks awkward too. And he's a big unit. He's a big unit. But I just thought there was too many wrong components today in key areas that cost us today. Really do. You really should try a call-in show, mate. Yeah, I might actually do it, but my voice is starting to go. Might do it. Might do a little 5-10 minute last 10. I might put the link in the description. You can pop in. Statman Stubbs Football Channel. Once again, no consistency referees. Robbo's was a red, no question. But how again can Kane get away with it? Also, blatant penalty push on Jota. Yeah, well, Jota, yeah, it was a push. I've seen it given. I don't even think that was as bad as the Kane decision. I think the Kane decision was even worse. I mean, a player's livelihoods at stake. I mean, that's a leg break. If the foot's planted in the grass, he's following through. I mean, if its foot's in the grass, it's not moving, and but his leg comes away. I mean, I don't get it. It's VAR. The VAR could see that slowed down. The ref can't. The ref can't see it slowed down. He could see it, just maybe he didn't quite see it. The VAR should say to the referee, you got to look at this. You got to look at this on the screen. But they didn't. But they did for Robertson. I don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, I might put the link in if anybody wants to pop in. You just hit on the link and you can come in. Everybody can come in for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not going to stay on too long, so don't stay on forever. But just give me your opinion on what you're seeing today, on the decisions, the big decisions, the goals, Alisson rushing out, Robertson getting sent off, Kane should have been sent off, the Jota push, the refereeing, the basic refereeing. Absolutely, but it's just crazy. It really, really is. Let's see if we can get the link here. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can put the link in. There it is. You can pop in for 2 or 3 minutes. Everybody can come in for a view for 2 or 3 minutes. Jade, Statman, John, whoever wants to pop in. Give me your view of what you think. There is the link in the stream right there. Don't stay on too long. Just give me a 2-3 minute what your view is. Is VAR working the way it should be, says John? No, don't think so. Well, I mean, there's a lot of this. Look, I'm sure Klopp was absolutely going mad. John Moore is in the green room drinking all the champagne. He's going to pop in for a few minutes to give me his view. John, how are you?
Right, mate, how's you?
Oh, fantastic. Well, fantastic in a way. Around the corner, but not happy with them. Do you know what I'm not happy with? Not even the result. The referee.
The referee was a joke. The referee should have sent the referee off.
Yeah, the VAR should have sent the referee off.
Honestly,
you know,
Kane was still on the pitch, but Rob was sent off. I don't understand.
Yeah, Yeah.
The Keane one was more of a red card than Robbo.
Yeah. To be fair, Robbo, you could say was a red card, but so as you just said,
I think it was
Kane was
in
a red
between.
card too.
I think it was the Robbo one was maybe in between a yellow and a red.
Yeah.
Depending on the way you look at it.
Give me an orange card.
The Keane one was a straight red card for me.
Yeah.
It was out of control. It was
so why do you think they didn't? Why do you think the VAR, who can slow it down and have a look maybe 10, 15, 20 seconds, 3 or 4 times, why do you think they didn't say to the referee, listen, we think this is a red, take a second look at it? It's not really up to the referee if he doesn't see it first time. It's up to the VAR.
The reason they didn't look at it, the reason they didn't want to look at it is because it was Harry Kane.
Yeah.
It was England captain.
He's England captain. Yeah. England captain. I've seen England captains being sent off before, to be fair. I really have.
But Harry Kane?
Yeah.
Where's the last time we've seen Harry Kane sent off?
Yeah. I've seen him being sent off for a terrible dive in the Olympics. But look, listen, a lot of decisions. As I said earlier in the stream, the refereeing of the game, he's the composer of the game. He's the one who is meant to control the game. He's like the chess master, and the two guys are playing chess. But if he's lost control of the game, that's it. You know, the game is just crazy. It was a crazy game. It was a crazy game.
But I don't understand. I'll never get my head around how Harry Kane stayed on the pitch.
Yeah.
And then the foul on Jota on the penalty. That was a 100% penalty for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a push. It was a stupid push. Yeah, it was a stupid push.
Even Jim McCarragher and Jim Redknapp, Jimmy Defoe, all said it was a penalty.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that at half time. Yeah, but look, there's so many talking. I mean, you could do a 3-hour podcast on the game. I'm sure for neutral it was a great game because had goals, had decisions. You know, like good saves.
Tottenham deserved to win the game. Tottenham should have won the game.
Well, on chances, Spurs should have won it. Yeah,
but for me, that just goes to show how good a team we are.
Yeah. We were missing our midfield. Plus, we were missing Van Dijk. Van Dijk was huge.
With Morton playing in midfield.
Yeah.
We were missing Van Dijk, missing Hendo, missing Fab. And we still got a draw.
Thiago.
That's a good result.
Yeah. Listen, with 20 minutes, 15 minutes to go plus out of time, 2-2, Spurs on the ascendancy, you take the draw right there. And we got the draw. You know what I mean? You take it.
When I seen the lineup, I took a draw to start the game.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, my brother rang me, who's in the chat, but he says to me, "Look at that midfield. You know, would you take the draw?" And I said, "Well, depends on what way the game goes. If you go 1-0 down, which we did through Harry Kane, you're certainly taking the draw when you go 1-0 down away from home.
Nah,
you know, definitely. So, no, I'm not happy. I'm not saying I'm not happy with the draw. I'm just saying the refereeing ruined it. Some of our decisions, you know, Robertson's decision to go in, it's a bad decision, really. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. And
stupid tackle. But
Alisson rushing out as well. That wasn't, I don't know what he was doing.
I don't understand. That's what baffles me. Alisson made brilliant saves all game.
Yeah.
And the easiest one to make was one he missed.
Alisson has this thing about him where Alisson was probably going to get man of the match today if he wouldn't have made that mistake. And we win 2-1. He's probably getting man of the match. But because of that mistake, which lets Son in to go 2-2, he's not man of the match. Do you know what I mean? There's no real man of the match for Liverpool. I thought Jota was good, but other than that...
We all know what we're getting with Valley.
Yeah.
We all know he has it in him to make something stupid ass decision.
Yeah.
But he's still the best keeper in the league.
That's it. See, the problem with goalkeepers is if they make a mistake, it's usually a goal.
It's a goal.
It's rarely not a goal. So that's the problem with a goalkeeper, and that's a fine line that Ederson makes mistakes as well. We've seen all the great goalkeepers make mistakes, but it usually ends up as a goal, and it can ruin you because, as I say, he was probably going to be man of the match there. He was getting an 8 or 9.
Should he still be man of the match? Arguably, he still should be man of the match.
Not really. When we're 2-1 up, the game You know, I want to say we're in control, but we're away. We're at 2-1 up. It goes 2-2. There's a
So
chance we're going to
you're
lose this game.
taking one mistake out of a whole performance.
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
justify not giving him man a match?
No, I think. I don't know if any Liverpool player was man of the match. To be fair, I don't know. I don't think.
Maybe
Yeah, first half he was very shaky. You know, I mean, really shaky. I mean,
I don't know. I think Ibu played brilliantly.
no, first half he got caught out of position a few times. No, listen, he needs Van Dijk beside him instead of Matip. He needs a Van Dijk beside him.
But he
There's
made
no doubt about
a
it.
really good few blocks.
Plus, he needs someone in midfield with more protection. We'd no real protection in midfield. I think it was. I think the game was lost. I wouldn't say lost, but a lot of the game, they were just running through the midfield. You know, they were causing so many problems on the counter.
You have to give Liverpool respect for playing the game. Liverpool could have easily went to the FA and says, well, Premier League says, we can't play this game. With too many players missing.
I know. I think Liverpool with a decent bench. We had an okay bench. You know.
No, but could okay. by the COVID law, Liverpool could have turned and said to them, we want to postpone this game.
I thought it was 6 or 7 players you had to have out.
Well, if you look at the players that we were missing,
yeah,
mainly all our key players, we had an argument to postpone the game.
I think Chelsea had the same argument, but they lost. Chelsea wanted to postpone the game today.
But most of Chelsea players were... There was a couple of key players, but majority of them were fringe players.
We put it this way. We were missing Van Dijk. We were missing Hendo. We were missing Fabinho. You could say Thiago. There's 4 key players, really. I mean, we weren't missing anybody up front. So, I don't know if you could call that. I don't think so.
But the midfielders were we lost.
Yeah, it is. But listen, I've no sour grapes on it. I think, as you just said earlier, I'll take 2-2 all day long. I really take 2-2 all day long. I've no sour grapes. Spurs were okay today, actually.
3 points, Bain City.
What?
4 Bain City.
No, it's 3 points now, isn't it?
3.
Yeah.
That's 3 points is nothing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was 4 points before we kicked the ball today because they beat Newcastle 4-0. I think it was. Could have been more. And with Chelsea drawing 0-0 away to Wolves as well, I say this is our chance. You know, we go ahead.
I've been saying it all season. Chelsea are going to fall apart at this time.
We're 3 points ahead of Chelsea with a better goal difference, and we're 3 points behind City. So we're right in the middle in second place. We're not too bad. We're not too bad. And to be honest, John, I can see games being called off left, right, and centre for the next few weeks. I really can. This isn't going to get any better. You know what I mean? Unfortunately.
Do you think a circuit breaker is the right thing to do? But
well, the problem with circuit breakers are where are you going to fit the games in?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
There's right too many games.
Like, what do you do? The Premier
League
meet
a circuit breaker.
Premier League meet tomorrow at lunchtime, I think, to make a big decision. What decision are they going to make? I don't know.
But if you make a circuit breaker, then like you said, where do you fit the games in? Draw out too many games as it is.
Yeah. Liz Golden, I think Liz Golden basically wraps the whole thing up in 2 sentences. We missed chances, played sloppy, and Becker was brilliant as well as awful. Well, you know what I mean? Like, that's pretty. I should put that up as the actual title of the bloody show.
You should.
I had it in as a Christmas cracker too. It was a Christmas cracker if you were in neutral. I mean, I had everything. I mean, rarely do you see great goals, bad goals, poor decisions, red cards, a lot of yellow cards. Some good play, some bad play. Game. You know, it had everything. Just unfortunately.
Fantastic games in neutral.
Unfortunately, the refereeing just slightly was, I've got to say, below average. I mean, the referee never is really good, but it was really poor today.
Did you see Klopp in the sideline? Klopp was fucking fuming.
Well, yeah, I think Klopp could be in trouble with the FA for that, but he doesn't care. I mean, he got a yellow. No, but I'm just telling you, he will be because you can't go up the referee. Because you can't go up the referees. That's why he will be.
He's going to get fined. You know?
Oh, he'll be fine.
But then he was right in what he was saying.
Doesn't bother them. That's the problem. You cannot go up the referees. That's the whole problem with it. There's no accountability. Robbo had too much adrenaline in him after his goal. He couldn't help himself. I'll tell you what, Robertson should have scored after only 2 minutes. That was an easier chance. Yeah.
Oh.
What a chance. I mean, if that's a striker, it's a goal. I know he's a fullback, and he did score a header, but
No,
that
but
was only
still,
3 yards out.
he should have scored a goal.
But if it's on target, it's a goal. But as you said, John, I'm not too disheartened. I didn't want to lose that game. Like, even with 10 men, last 12 plus out of time, last 15, didn't want to lose it. But a draw, to be honest,
It's
isn't
not a
great.
bad result.
But it's not terrible. It's not terrible. But we've too many draws. That's the problem I have going forward. City are not. Problem is City are going to keep winning games. Those bastards are going to win. I think so. Yeah. They're in that groove now. The problem is for them, as you just said, there could be some circuit breaker which breaks the whole groove, and you start again in January. I mean, anything's possible. I don't know what's going to happen. Anything's possible.
City are too reliant on the midfield and defence.
Yeah.
There was no one up top.
Oh, Liz is saying it wasn't a good result. Listen, we all want to win games, but you don't always win games, and I think you've got to take what you get and sometimes get out and get in and get out. Yeah, we don't want to lose games, but if there's ever a good draw, it's probably getting a 2-2 when you're 1-0 down and you go down to 10 men with 12, 15 minutes to go away from home.
And you're playing kids.
It's probably a decent draw. You know what I mean? And you're not playing, and you're missing your midfield, and you're missing your best defender.
You're playing a kid in the centre midfield.
Yeah. Plus, your keeper's made a mistake and could be rattled last 10, 15, so you take the 2-2.
I'd probably talk at the start of the game.
Yeah. Liz is going, do you think the League Cup game against Leicester? I don't know. I think Leicester have a lot of issues as well.
Is that going to go ahead?
Well, it's going ahead as of now. I haven't heard it isn't. That's Wednesday.
That'd be a strange one that goes ahead. Because Leicester game was called off a day, wasn't it? Or yesterday?
Yeah, but I think the reason the Leicester game is gone, I think both teams was it how were they playing? Burnley, was it?
Burnley, aye.
Burnley had a load of issues as well, so you had both teams with issues. So if Leicester still have issues, Liverpool could have another one or two out by. I mean, I think Robertson's okay for the League Cup game, far as I know. It's a league game, isn't it?
He's okay for
the league games.
But
he'll miss key games. Obviously, Leeds on Boxing Day, whether that even goes ahead. Who knows? I mean, everything's up in the air, John. I can't tell you what game's going to go ahead. Nobody can tell you. That's the problem.
I swear, I didn't even think today's game was going ahead.
Yeah.
I seen it tweeted earlier on. Is the game going ahead?
I heard
you don't know until kickoff.
I heard all stupid things on Twitter. Salah had COVID and Jota was missing.
You don't know what's going ahead or not.
Yeah, no. Look, it's crazy times. I'll take the 2-2 and just go ahead and see what happens. See what the gods of football have in store.
I don't know about Dublin. I know obviously you live in Dublin. I don't know what restrictions are there.
Oh no,
here in Scotland, it's getting really bad.
No. Restrictions are terrible here. Do you know what happens from tomorrow?
What's that?
All pubs and restaurants close at 8 p.m.
You're kidding.
You're not allowed in a pub after 8 o'clock or a restaurant from 8 o'clock tomorrow to the end of January. There's restrictions for you.
So what's the point even opening?
Exactly. Especially a restaurant. I mean, a pub can open at 11 a.m. in the morning and stay open till 8. So you get a few hours in, but a restaurant opens at 6 or 5. They're going to close at 8.
But even a pub,
the problem with a pub is, imagine going out with your mates to have a few beers, 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
You think you're going to go home. You think you're going to go home to bed at 8 o'clock and watch a movie.
No,
you're going to go to a house party. They're going to go to a house party after 8 o'clock. That's the problem. It's crazy. It's madness.
It's the same Aussie. I'm from Belfast, but I live in Glasgow.
I don't think you have the same restrictions as us.
Well, I live in Glasgow, and the restrictions here are the pubs and restaurants are still okay, but there's a lot more
late bars. Even late bars.
Well, they're closed at 12 o'clock.
Yeah,
but social distance is back in.
Isn't bad. Fucking 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
Okay, but the nightclubs are complaining because you need the social distance.
Yeah.
So there's no real point in opening because they can't social distance.
Yeah, no, this is crazy. But just think about it. Most people work till 5, half 5, say 6. By the time they get home, they won't be going to a bleeding pub and it closes at 8. So that's the reason I'd say they did it. They know most people won't go. They should have just fucking shut them up anyway.
They're going to make it worse because, like you said, it's going to lead to
House parties.
house parties and gatherings.
Especially the younger groups, the likes of 20 and 30-year-olds. You think they're going to go out close to a week, few days to Christmas, have a few beers, have something to eat, and they're not going to go back to a party?
When I was young, I was going to a house party.
Yeah, but there was no COVID when you were young. I'm just saying.
No, but a younger person, you're going to go to a house party.
Yeah. And no, it's crazy. We're living in just unbelievable, crazy.
It's crazy times at the minute.
And to be honest, I hope it doesn't get any crazier, to be fair. Just want to get Christmas over with now at this stage.
Well, let's think that way off track, but at the minute you read on the news, the new variant isn't as bad as first thought. So why are they closing places?
I think the reason behind that now, and I'm not a virologist, but the reason I think is it's so virulent. It is literally, you can catch it like literally.
No, it's really catchable, but it's not as
really
dangerous.
Yeah, but the problem is it's so virulent. A lot more people are gonna get it, and even if it's half as bad as the Delta, you'll get 3 or 4 people getting it more than the Delta, so it evens itself out. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Say 100 people get it. Whereas in the Delta, only 10 would have got it, or maybe 20. But 100 are getting it this time. So maybe 1 out of the 20 got sick in the Delta. But with 100 getting it, you'll still get 5 or 6 getting sick because there's so many getting it. That's the problem.
I know, you're right. You're right.
That's crazy. But listen, I've got my double shot. I'm due a booster hopefully next week. But I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, schools are still open here. It's crazy.
Well, I don't understand. The schools are still open, but we're going back into lockdown. You can't keep schools open.
What is the restriction in Scotland?
The restriction is that you can't mix households.
Any household?
You can't mix at all.
And what are you going to do Christmas Day?
No, over Christmas period, you're allowed up to 6 people.
6 households or 6 people?
6 people.
All right, you wouldn't want to have a big family, would you?
Right. But after Christmas, you can't mix a household at all. But the kids still have to go to school.
Well, we'll see what happens in January.
Is that technically speaking, if the kid is going to school, that's mixing a household?
Yeah, it's crazy. Look,
so John, the kids shouldn't be in school?
Yeah, no, it's madness. It's madness. We could do a bleeding COVID podcast, but we'll finish it. I know it's madness. We'll finish it on the Liverpool stuff because the COVID stuff is just forget about it.
It's mind blowing.
So it is. Listen, 2-2. We'll take it. We've no choice to take it. But we got to go again. But as I say, it's up in the air. We don't know what's going to happen with the League Cup game. We don't.
Well, who we get? We get Leicester next.
We've Leicester on Wednesday in the League Cup quarter.
Boxing Day we have
Leeds.
That's got to be a win, hasn't it? Surely.
Yeah. So I mean, there's so many games coming up that I don't know. I can't. It's crazy. I'm sure Klopp. I didn't even see his interview at the end of it, but I'm sure he wasn't happy after today.
Would you go strong against Leicester?
Well, how strong do you want to go if all the players are dropping like flies?
That's what I'm saying. But would you go?
I would go strong. I would go strong. Do you know why? If you win, you're in a semi-final, a double semi-final, and should the league game on the weekend mightn't be played anyway. I'd go with as strong as I can, field. Of course. So why wouldn't you?
But then would you risk a player getting injured? Or catching COVID?
A player can get injured. A player can get injured.
A player can get injured.
I think more players get injured playing on fucking training pitches at home than they do on the pitch. Let's be real. You always hear players being injured, don't you? It's rarely on the pitch.
It's been way too long since we won a domestic cup. We need to win.
Well, here's your chance. If you win this, you're in the semi. City aren't in it. I think only Chelsea are left in Arsenal. I'll tell you what, Arsenal are starting to play now.
Arsenal starting.
They might get top 4. I mean, United must be looking over their shoulder now.
But then, if we win, we go on and win the League Cup, that could be the bounce we need to go on to win the league. The only thing,
I don't know why it's a double semi. I really don't. The double semi for a League Cup, it's
not. Why is it? Why is it double semi?
Why is it not a fucking neutral ground semi-final? Just one game, extra time penalties. What are you doing, like?
But it's a one semi in the FA Cup. but
Yeah,
double
no.
semi.
And it's a more important fucking cup.
Aye.
It's really like the Champions League. Two semi-final ties. Like, it's a joke. I think that's what turns a lot of people off the bloody thing. Why?
It baffles the hell out of me.
They should have changed that years ago.
Even
They really
Klopp's
should.
first season.
Yeah.
And Klopp got the semi-final. He went, what, there's two?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Even
we
he got
remember
finished.
we got beaten in the final. Was it 2018? We got beaten by City in the League Cup
City.
final. Remember, on penalties. So he knows all about the League Cup. But I think he plays as strong as enough as he can Wednesday. Just go for it. And just try keep. You don't want to lose. You don't want to play a Mickey Mouse team and lose
No, I don't want
at
to.
Anfield. Certainly. No. So it's all about your next game, John. It's all about building confidence then for the Leeds game. If it goes ahead, nobody knows.
Well, Leeds don't have any COVID cases, do they?
I think Leeds had one or two now. They played, when did Leeds play? Was it yesterday?
Yesterday? No, day? Wasn't it day?
Was it today? Don't know. Don't even know. But I think Leeds are just, they got hammered as well, didn't they?
They get
hammered.
Was they playing Newcastle all day?
Sorry? Newcastle was City. Newcastle City. City beat Newcastle 4-0.
Leeds. Who the fuck they play? Arsenal.
Arsenal hammered them. Was it 3-0?
4-1.
4-0. 4-1. It's hammered. So they probably turn up against us. Wait to see. They didn't turn up against Arsenal.
Rafinha scored the penalty.
Yeah. Leeds are in trouble. I mean, Newcastle are in big trouble as well.
Would you take Rafinha in the summer? In the January, sorry?
A lot of teams are in from. I don't know. You'd be paying big money from any player from an English club to an English club is huge money. It's just ridiculous. We did well getting Jota. That was a snip when you think about it. But John, I'm going to go now in a minute because my voice is starting to bloody go. But it's been great having you on. John Moore, thank you very much for coming on, my friend.
Nice one, mate. Appreciate it.
We'll take the draw. 2-2 at Spurs. Could have won it. Could have lost it. It's as simple as that. We go again. Hopefully all the boys get well soon with COVID and we don't lose anymore because we're going to need them. Who knows what's going to happen in the future. We hopefully play Leicester on Wednesday in the League Cup. From me, from John, stay safe. Enjoy our Christmas, guys. But we're going to go live as much as we can over the Crimbo as well. It just keeps us going, even if there's no matches. Just for something to talk about and get our minds off this craziness. I'll talk to you soon. Stay safe.